You know what time it is, folks. That's another Noon Whistle. I'm Chris Trottier.
And I'm John Anzalone.
Welcome. Look at these. Look what we got here. We got the Elkhorn YouthBuild from the Career College Academy.
Very
Welcome,
nice.
Kelly and Carl.
Welcome.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you.
You bet. So obviously, I'm quite familiar with the program, but some of our listeners may have not been as familiar with the program. Why don't you, let's kick it off. Why don't you tell us, Kelly, why don't you tell us a little bit about, in a minute or two, the Career College Academy, what it is, where it's at, kind of the rebranding, and then how the YouthBuild fit into that vision.
Just a nutshell, right?
Just a nutshell.
Just a nutshell. Kind of a shell would house this nut, right?
Right.
Why am I in this nut?
The Career and College Academy, a lot of people know what we were before as the alternative high school that's been on Gateway Technical College's Elkhorn Campus since 1990. And it would only serve 11th and 12th grade students. And they had to meet some criteria to leave the traditional high school and come to us. Sorry. But we were getting calls from students who were in 9th and 10th grade and students who just wanted that connection to Gateway Technical College or the world of work, and they wanted their high school schedule to reflect that. So what we did is we went to the drawing board and we thought, what would school look like for grades 9 through 12, and how would we change to support that? And through a lot of different conversations and planning, we developed the Career and College Academy, and we were funded through an expansion grant through the Department of Public Instruction. And so what that meant is that we got to plan with our partners what an early college high school experience would look like for students and for that college piece, but then for the career piece. We were awarded a grant through the Department of Labor, and it was $899,000 to work with 50 students to build a single family home in Walworth County for a family who could not afford or wouldn't qualify for a traditional bank loan for a house.
And you did it.
We did it. We handed over the keys in October. Isn't that amazing?
Well, I think what's amazing, there's a couple of things that I just want to highlight for the listeners and viewers. Is one, it's a 9-12 academy. It's no longer an 11-12.
No.
Number two, the YouthBuild is obviously a highly successful program, and we are always looking for new partners and new opportunities. That brings in Carl. Carl, tell us your role on the YouthBuild, and what do you do, Mr. Bjorge?
Yeah, so I kind of manage some of our day-to-day with our students. I'm getting them working on different hands-on applications to get them the experience to then either proceed into a career after they're done with school or while they're still in school, or to realize if this is even something that maybe they thought they wanted to do and maybe they changed their mind, or it opened their eyes to a whole new avenue of a career that they didn't even think about that's still kind of in the trade ballpark, but not what they necessarily originally thought.
Well, Carl and Chris, thanks to both of you as well as Kelly for bringing this together. I know all you guys worked really hard on this, and the completion was amazing.
It really was. We handed over the keys in October, and I when we look back at the project, our placement rate for students after their build or construction experience extremely high. So they had 6 months on the build, but then a year of case management and follow-up where they are getting jobs in the community. They're utilizing the skills, gaining apprenticeships. So it's been pretty amazing. You see the house and it's
right.
This amazing thing, but what it's done for all of the students is even more amazing.
Yeah. I think seeing the students who go through this experience, who come to us with a variety of gifts and abilities and skills, to see them go through mock interviews, work on the build 4 days a week, and really gain that confidence and change their disposition around their future, which I believe is really the epitome of what the Youth Build does. And you think about, I just ran into a couple kids. I just visited today with a Youth Build grad who's hopefully going to be applying and getting hired, hopefully, at Stebnitz. We had kids at Comfort, Southern Lakes. We have 2 kids at Stebnitz, hopefully. I'm trying to think. We've had kids at.
There's so many networking opportunities through the job tours that you schedule the students with. They get to go in and see what it's like to work at Stebnitz or Precision Plus. It's really an amazing program.
That's the amazing thing too, is the partnerships of area business that came together during the process of that house to say, how can we be involved, or how can we help out, or what can we do, and how they step forward.
Yeah, when we were awarded the grant, in January of 2020.
Oh, good timing.
Great timing for us to not be in person. But it was such a short duration because we were digging a hole in the ground. We were pouring a foundation. We were, so we still had to be full steam ahead. And it's just amazing what we were able to accomplish during that short amount of time.
Yep. Yeah. Hey, Carl. So, as a construction manager, you're working with contractors, you're working with the kids, you're training them.
Yep.
Tell us a little bit about not only the certifications. I know there's a couple of certifications we focus on, or you focus on, to make sure the kids have transferable skills and those stackable credentials, but also talk a little bit about where you spend a lot of your time with on the skill, on training them, on getting them the necessary skills. So certifications, and what are some of the areas that you focus on when training the students?
Yeah, so a really good one that we do right away off the bat is our OSHA certification, which is an OSHA 10 construction industry certification. Our local partners in the community, they all have their employees earn that certification. So right away, it puts them ahead of somebody else coming in, because it shows that they know how to safely operate tools, how to use ladders safely, just kind of a generic safety on a job site. They're able to show their certification card and say, yeah, I have that basic understanding that some people have no idea how to set a ladder up correctly. That you can't stand on the top of a ladder. They just don't know some of these things, and our kids are coming in with that basic knowledge, which is huge, because even if you don't have all the other skill sets, at least you have the safety mentality to get you started on some of those things. It's better to learn safely than it is to know everything that's dangerous, how to be dangerous doing it.
So besides OSHA, any others?
We also work on our students get an HBI Pact, which is kind of a generic safety and entry-level tool operation for our students. We've looked at some other things, and we're trying to dabble a little bit it's just a little hard because we're trying to do so much with our kids of a wide area that it's hard to get certified in everything with the different trades that are out there. But I think we do a great job of introducing everything to them and trying to expose them to those other careers, and then showing them how to get to those other certifications when they're interested in them.
You do. And it's important. I don't know if you guys have mentioned it yet. It's girl and boy students, right? Male and female students.
Absolutely. And I don't know if the guys will agree with this, but some of the young ladies that we have are much better at doing some of the stuff and pay much more better attention to detail than some of our guys do.
And I think one of the common denominators are students who just felt in their 8-hour day that they were just sitting in classes, that there wasn't a lot of movement, that they knew that they wanted to work on skills. They were doers, and they always saw themselves in the trades, or that they wanted those skills because they're going to be a homeowner someday. I think one of the funniest stories is one of our young ladies graduated from the program, went home for the summer, and her mom had an entire stack of flooring. That was her summer project. She got to redo the flooring in her whole house. So,
and all the time I have students telling me that
skills that you can apply anywhere.
Yeah.
All the time I have students telling me, like, when we're doing a project, oh, my dad's been wanting to do this around the house, so now I can help him out, or you know, some grandpa's been needing this done, and now I can be able to do that because we just went through it. And the cool thing I think that we give them the opportunity to do is we give them the opportunity to make mistakes and learn from them on our settings, because they learn more from that failure and how to correct it than they might if they go to a job site, and sometimes they're not as forgiving because they're there to have a job and a career and make money, you know, so mess ups cost money. Whereas this is giving them a chance to learn from those mistakes and move on.
And as part of the program, we learned so many valuable things, such as it's more valuable for them to build a home that somebody is going to live in than a birdhouse.
Oh yeah.
Kind of that level of responsibility or that level of finish that they would employ in their skills. That was really exciting. And then the second thing, when they actually got to work with our partner contractors.
Yeah.
How eye-opening that was for students to think about the tempo that an electrician, a plumber, that they have in their job every day, and kind of gauge for the students where your skill level is right now and where you would need to be if you were to go in the field. So those were learning opportunities that took us really by surprise.
Yeah. Well, Kelly, let's not slight the bird population because they're important too.
They're very important. They're very important, but they can have like slats in the walls.
Right. No, I get it.
Doesn't meet up just perfect. So
you know, I had an experience with this group that through some building projects that Chris brought me in on a little bit that dealt with the community, and I guess I was most impressed with their development from when I first met them and the things they were doing until months later, and how much growth, I'm sure on the trade end of it, but also like their social, emotional development and communication skills. And they were through the roof. I mean, it was like, wow, how amazing was this that, you know, yeah, you built a house, but you built people.
Yeah.
What's the logo, Kelly?
When we build good things, they end up building us, which is true.
Yes, that's true.
Mean, yeah, the house is the shiny piece, but what it does to each student in terms of confidence and skills. And John, I agree that they form this team.
Yeah.
You know, and it's this really healthy a group where kids can learn and grow and make mistakes.
Yeah.
You know that everybody makes mistakes, and yeah, it's pretty cool.
We had a comment here from Nate, and the comment was, a good education doesn't always require a 4-year degree. Oh, Chris, thanks for putting that up. You know, these young men and women are miles ahead of the game thanks to this program, and wish they had something and had this opportunity when they were in school. I think, you know, that sums up a lot of what you're saying.
So Kelly, I was going to ask, in the spirit of Nate's great feedback, and thank you, Nate, and also Amanda Hine, who said she loved the Noon Whistle. Can if I'm an Elkhorn student, or what if a kid is at Williams Bay or Lake Geneva or Delavan, and knowing that this is a unique program to Walworth County and Elkhorn, can they get involved in this?
Absolutely. So we have 2 partnering school districts. That's Elkhorn and Williams Bay. Students have to be enrolled in either of those districts to participate. And so we are, while we are located in Elkhorn, I have to say we are 60 and rising % of open enrollment from students outside of Elkhorn. We have students who come to us as far as Sharon and Whitewater and New Berlin and
Wannago.
So we have students who travel quite a distance to come here because of the programming that we have, how unique it is. And then the foundation of our work at the Career and College Academy is the work that our teachers do with our students. It's pretty phenomenal.
So let's talk real quick. 2 things. We're going to kind of we got about a minute and a half here left. So Kelly, I reside in Burlington.
Right.
Although my family is established here in Elkhorn. I received a flyer recently that mentioned that the Career and College Academy is targeting incoming ninth graders for some program. You want to tell me a little bit about that?
Yes, that is our associate's degree pathway, and that's a partnership that we have with Gateway Technical College. The vision for the Career and College Academy is that we have programs that are specific to different careers that students want, but if students are interested in college and advancing their college credits to even an associate's degree before they graduate high school, we have that ability. And it's through the dual credit program where all of those credits count in their high school diploma and on. So you could get an additional 63 credits of your college paid for while you were in high school, and you have that supportive team in the high school around you. So I have a teacher who just works with my college going students to make sure that they're doing well in their classes. But we're helping students make that transition to college.
So I have a seventh grader. So I could, as an eighth grader going to high school, enroll in the Career and College Academy, get my associate's degree before I graduate high school with support, and those credits would more than likely transfer to UW school. That seems like a pretty good deal.
It's
Sign me up.
Pretty amazing. And you get to participate in all of the activities and events as an Elkhorn student or a Williams-based student, participating in athletics or clubs. If your prom's a big thing, you can still attend that.
That's a rumor too, I heard. So real quick.
Carl had something.
Yeah, I was just going to chime in and say that with the Youth Build now, since I've taken over, is that we are actually able to earn our students credits towards their technical diploma with their building construction trades. They earn credits as being a part of the Youth Build program as well. So you can earn your associate's degree and work towards a technical diploma in the trades.
So Carl, you're saying that I can get credit being in the Youth Build?
Absolutely. And so you're getting hands-on experience, you're getting credit, and you're building these relationships with our business partners.
John, this has to be too good to be true.
But it's not.
It's amazing, isn't it? It is amazing. And thank you, thanks to Carl and Kelly, and I'm sure there's a lot of people behind the scenes, but also thanks to you, Chris, who was in on this with Kelly from the beginning. And what you guys have done and what you've created is pretty amazing.
Well, it takes a village, so we did it together. It's been a great experience. Yeah. Real quick, I just want to give at this point, we do thank yous and shout outs. I'm going to do a quick shout out and thank you to Habitat for Humanity for Walworth County. This morning we met with Chuck Saul and Carl from Habitat, and we're working on a new partnership to be building their next home.
Yeah.
Round two. Cool. They already are looking through applications for the next family. How exciting.
I got students are excited to do it as well.
Yeah.
Carl, anything else for the good of the order you want to share?
I just think it's an awesome opportunity for our students. I got kids telling me all the time that they take a trip over to Whitewater to just do a quick drive-by of the house because they're so proud of it, and they show their family, and there's just a lot of win-wins for everybody who's involved. And all we need really is more partners to give our kids more exposure at this point, and we can just keep this thing going for years to come.
I think that would be a great time to end. John, anything else for the good of the order?
No, thank you. This was a great one. I appreciate you guys taking the time to spend a little bit of your afternoon with us.
All right. And
we were on season 1 of the Noon Whistle.
Yeah.
True.
Episode 1. Yeah, we're OG. Yeah, we're the original cast now.
There we go.
Thanks, everybody. Thank you. Have a great day. We'll see you next week.